stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I asked the recording secretary for a roll call vote. I'm sorry, just for the-
Norm Bouquet,
Here.
Brian Carso, Jessica Decker,
Here.
Corey Homer,
Here.
Pam Lutfi,
Here.
Jack O'Leary,
Yeah,
Lisa Sheehan,
Here.
Rosemary Walsh.
Here.
And Tom Woodruff.
thank you, Julie. The negotiations meeting was held on Thursday, July 18th, 2019, at 6:30 PM prior to this meeting. May I volunteer to read the mission statement?
Delaware Valley School District, in partnership with our community, stands committed to maximizing student potential, fostering lifelong learning, and promoting responsible citizenship.
Thanks, Corey. May I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
Motion. Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing no objection, the motion carries. Presentations, I just turn that over to Dr. Bell.
Okay, thank you. We have one tonight, and it's on the Law and Leadership Academy, and Chief Molina will take the lead on that.
Good evening, everybody. Last week, as you know, Eastern Pike put on the Law and Leadership Academy here at the school. We actually had 26 kids signed up. 3 decided to go to basketball camp. So 23 showed up. One left within the first half hour because of he didn't like the physical agility part, and it wasn't much at that point. And 2 left because of attitude and 1 for behavior. So 20 kids completed it. And I gotta tell you, it was awesome. So let me do this PowerPoint that Chief Stewart put together last Friday for the parents to see. We had over 80 people at the graduation last Friday. It was awesome. Are you going to have it up here? There's a graduating class right there. There's my son right there.
Well, some high
He didn't
school
want to
students
go,
are
but
getting a little
he did.
taste of a life in law enforcement.
For the next 5 days, the kids will put away their cell phones and learn about discipline and respect.
It's the first time Pike County has ever held a Law and Leadership Academy. News 13's Nick Voltoro joins us now live at Delaware Valley High School with more details. Nick?
Marie, about 24 kids will spend the week here at Delaware Valley High School, and they'll be learning a little bit about everything with core principles in mind like leadership, discipline, teamwork, and the hard work it takes to land a job in law enforcement.
I like the aspect of just keeping people safe.
It's William Worzel's dream to one day work in law enforcement.
In the future, I'm hoping I can be in some sort of law enforcement, whether it be police, state police, or corrections.
He's one of the 24 teenagers spending the week at the Law and Leadership Academy.
It's really to further my interest in a career field that I'm actually looking forward to in the future. I want to join the military.
For the next 5 days, cadets will holster their electronic devices while learning about teamwork and discipline.
Giving them bits and pieces of what someone would get in basic training or the police academy.
Like a military boot camp, cadets start their day early with marching drills.
It's amazing. Like it's so fun. The marching was amazing. It was so cool.
The next few hours are spent in the classroom, getting first-hand experience from law enforcement officers.
You can read a book all you want, but like the person who actually does the job, you are able to learn from his or her experiences. And I think that's a really nice thing.
Instead of like reading it off of somewhere, we're actually hearing the firsthand experiences of what they went through on the job and stuff.
And organizers hope the week-long crash course inspires these cadets to pursue a career in criminal justice.
To get them to think about police in this modern society a little differently, maybe get into a career in law enforcement.
Members of the state police and FBI will be here at the high school teaching classes all week. The cadets graduate from the academy on Friday. Reporting live at Delaware Valley High School, Nick Voltero, News 13. George Murray, back.
Okay, so we had Judge Fisher was here talking about the overview of the court system. Pike County Corrections was here. They did some formations, like they said, they march for the first half hour every morning. Okay, sheriffs were here, Cameron and Don Roa, FBI. Fitness training, I'll get into more. That's a bomb dog, not a drug dog.
Dogs, horses, and helicopters all made a pit stop in Pike County today.
State Police pulled out some of the big guns for the cadets at the Law and Leadership Academy.
The week-long camp at Delaware Valley High School is giving kids a small sample of life in law enforcement. News 13's Nick Voltoro joins us now live with the details.
Marie, they unloaded the heavy artillery here today. They brought in state police helicopters, K-9 units, and even horses right here for the cadets to get an up-close look at it. They call it an opportunity for them to see there are many different elements to law enforcement.
And I am so enthralled with this.
This week is a dream come true for William Worzel.
It's everything that I want to do in 1 week class.
He's one of the 24 kids spending the week at the Law and Leadership Academy.
It teaches me the skills that I'm going to need later on in life in law enforcement and even just in everyday life.
State police unloaded the heavy artillery for the cadets today.
We're so happy to be able to come here today to bring our aviation unit, to bring our mounted unit, just to come here to show the kids, actually what we do.
The cadets got an up-close look at a state police helicopter.
It's not even imagining. You can't put it to words. It's just so cool. You never see that on a daily basis.
But there was plenty more left in the arsenal, like Lorax, the bomb-sniffing dog.
Man, you just saved everybody from dynamite.
But that wasn't all that was left in the chamber. They still had the mounted unit to show off to the cadets.
You get a little bit of everything, but the main thing about it, why the kids are so receptive and listening, is because they want to be here.
Troopers instructed the group to try and scare the horses, but even with their best attempt, the animals didn't budge.
They barely moved a muscle. They looked up to just keep with our faces, but not a muscle.
And Wurzel's soaking up every minute. He only wishes the camp didn't end so soon.
Oh, I'm pumped. I wish this could go on for a month.
There's only 2 days left of this military-like boot camp. The cadets graduate on Friday. Reporting live in Westfall Township, Nick Volturo, News 13.
And the Department of Commerce was here. There's some more marching pictures. Again, there's a class. So a given day, they had to show up here at 7:30, but they said to be on time, you have to be here 15 minutes early. So 7:15, they would show up. And at 7:30 to 8, they would march with Sergeant Quisby, who's a recruiter for the Army out of Stroudsburg. And he was told he cannot do any recruiting for the Army. He's here as a drill instructor. And he did no recruiting. But he taught the kids how to march, helped lead with all the physical agility stuff with also Officer Rapecki from Eastern Pike. It was awesome. The kids were extremely sore Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, they only did a little bit of running. And I actually asked my son to help mow the lawn on Saturday. He goes, Dad, I'm still sore. I'm like, all right, I'll do it, But it was excellent. Now, the state police helicopter was only here a few minutes. They had to go to a situation in Scranton. So at least they got to see it. But the bomb-sniffing dog was here for an hour. He did a PowerPoint. And he said, look, guys, once he finds the fake dynamite or whatever, he goes, I have to act like a goofball. Well, that's the part the guy videotaped and they put on the news, right? You saw it was hilarious. And the mounted unit, they came all the way up from Hershey.
Wow.
So that's a 3-hour trip with the horses, each way. So they were awesome. The FBI was here. The one guy from the Department of Commerce was funny. I said, hey, you know Mike Zaborowski? He goes, how do you know him? I said, he worked for me 20-something years ago in Westfall. He's now Department of Commerce out in San Jose, California. So they train together. But the kids loved it. You know, and my son actually loved the physical agility part of it more so because he doesn't want to go in law enforcement, which I'm actually happy for. But no, it was great. The kids did want to go longer. There's talk next year of maybe 2 weeks. I just got an email today, John, from Mike Rapecki on critiquing this, and I'll send that to you, talking about maybe 2 weeks next year and doing more hands-on. That's what the surveys gave out to the kids. They would wish it was more hands-on instead of as much lecture, but it was really, really excellent. You know, kids loved it.
Mark, is this something, it's new here, but is it something that happens everywhere, or did you guys put this
Eastern
program
Pike came with
together?
the idea about, I think, January, John?
Yeah.
Right? So he came up with the idea, so him and Chad approached John, and Mike Rapecki did a great job. I mean, they had, all the T-shirts were donated, lunch was provided every single day, pizza after graduation. They had Patty Ramini, he was a retired state trooper from New Jersey. He actually came up and was the keynote speaker at the graduation. But you know, with the 20 kids, we asked how many parents are coming. So we figured it'd be about 40. And I was like, well, that's a really good number. Over 80 people showed up. You know, it was really, really well
I know it was
attended.
very well received within the community.
Yes.
I mean, I know a number of the boys that did it, and they just had nothing but very, very positive things to say. So
Like I said, my son went, didn't want to, but after day 2, he told my wife he really enjoyed it. So he didn't have a choice.
He didn't.
Actually, the sheriff deputy said, why are you here? He goes, my dad's Chief Molia. I understand.
Is there an
It
age,
cost me a Google Play card, but whatever. A little bribery.
is it a certain age group that you're aiming for?
They just wanted to aim at high school,
Okay. So
but
it
I
could
would
be
say
anywhere,
5 or
freshman?
6 had to be middle school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And how did this invitation go out to everybody, or did it just
Yeah.
go out to a certain?
No,
Okay.
middle school and high school.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Went out to all middle school too as well?
Yeah, middle school, yeah, 7th and 8th graders, yeah.
Not a flyer, because flyers never
Right.
make it home.
Right,
You know,
right.
just the announcement.
And like this was kind of put together kind of quick. So next year they want to start advertising really soon and let them know because they want to, I think we're talking next year, July 13th to the 24th, we're looking at, you know.
Well, it's nice to hear for the first time it went so well.
Yeah, it was great.
That never happens.
Yeah.
You know? So it can only get better from here. So
Yeah.
awesome.
And
Yeah.
Channel 13 is a big help in getting the word out. To build
I think you're
numbers
gonna
for
see a
next
lot more,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a lot bigger.
They'd like to have 50, you know, which would be better. Then you can interview the kids, you know, and,
Next year,
yeah.
Be prepared for it.
Because a couple of kids, when the last kid that was asked to leave Thursday morning, you saw the group come together even more because it was kind of a difficult one to deal with, so, but it was great.
You know, I see this. I heard this from the local police guys, and then John informed the board about this was going on. And I can honestly say, I did not expect anything like this. This is beyond wildest dreams of what, with the amount of different agencies that you had in there and the experience and the professionalism that was shown. I mean, we sat here in January, we were talking about an ROTC program, a junior ROTC program, and I envisioned something like that. And I see young people in West Point every day, young cadets doing this exact
The
thing.
one kid, Will Worzel, he was the squad leader, and that kid worked his butt off, you know.
And it's nice, Mark, when you're sitting at home and your phone, you get messages from all the parents that
Right.
their children are going to this, that you know,
Mhm.
they're giving you great feedback on how much they loved it. But, you know, when I envisioned the junior ROTC and we got talking about that, and people from the community came to me, and different people on the board came, they want to. I think that's what we all envisioned, something like this.
Mhm.
Because you look at this and, you know, I listen to what you said in the beginning about a few being dismissed early because of attitude.
Mhm.
You know, and I heard about that as well.
It went from, it ended at 4 o'clock every day. They're already talking next year, it ended at 3, you know,
Yeah,
instead
but a
of
few
4.
of them were, didn't make the second or third day, put it that way.
Right.
Attitude
Mhm.
adjustments. It just shows that this is a different type of class.
Right.
Not for everybody.
No.
And I thought it was great though, because in any academy, you start with, how many you start, 40, 50, 60, you never finish with what you start with. You know, so I think it was really good to see.
And I like the time, like, you know, you say start time is 7 a.m. That means if you show up at 7 a.m., you're actually late because you should be there 6:45.
Right, if you're 15 minutes early.
That's life.
Being on time is 15 minutes early.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What
I
year
was
is
very
he
impressed with it. Thank you.
Pardon me, I think he's gonna be a junior.
He's very impressive.
Yeah, it was excellent, thank you.
So Mark, I understand the Penn State Extension and 4-H are doing something similar or a leadership camp.
Okay,
Have you heard anything about it?
no, I haven't heard that. I know State Police does Camp Cadet. And Port Jervis does one too. I heard they have one this week. I think they had it.
Don't know if it's the same thing. I think this is going on first full week of August.
Okay.
Camp it as an overnight.
Yes, that you
Yeah,
stay at
that
Marywood.
you're
Yeah, you stay over
there.
here, drop off, pick them up. Yeah. Like I said, lunch was provided every day for the kids. It was really good. So,
Thanks, Mike.
yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I talked to Dr. Bell, we had a discussion about the location of the graduation for the Law and Leadership Academy next year. I think
We'll find some AC next year.
Yeah. Moving into the auditorium out of the gym. May I have a motion to approve the minutes from the regular board meeting held on June 20th, 2019?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing no objection, the motion carries. The reports and student representative reports, which we don't have till September. Administrative reports and attendance reports. No reports, financial reports. Are there any comments on the financial reports? Okay. Superintendent's report, Dr. Brown.
All right, thanks. I just have a couple quick things. Each of you got a copy in your folder tonight of the grading our schools in the Scranton Times Tribune. You know, with us being one of the 4 districts recognized, Abington Heights, Crestwood, Delaware Valley, and Wayne Highlands as exceeding state averages on all 17 or 18 indicators. So it's just a copy for you to have. That's our 4th year in a row. And then also in your folder, this is a draft of a brochure that we're working on that we should have finalized probably tomorrow. And this is, and there's 2 important things. A, it's about helping promote our cyber academy. But there's 2 different interesting things. We, remember we talked down at the budget, during the budget process of having 2 different levels, and we're able to do that. We will have the 2 different levels, the college prep level and the workforce bound level. And the other thing that we're going to try for the first time is, because it's practically impossible to replicate CTE, online, that we are going to actually start a blend where kids could do their core courses online and come in and do CTE. And we think that'll be a big hit for the high school kids. So they may not like doing the academic stuff sitting in a classroom. They'd rather do that online, but they still want to participate in CTE. So this is just a draft. We were working on this today. We have a couple more things to tweak tomorrow. Then we'll be getting it out. And I think we modeled it after one that Bethlehem, right? The Bethlehem does. We used a lot of their verbiage, and but we think it'll really help. We think it will help keep kids home, and we think it will help bring kids home from outside cyber, which would be a significant savings.
John, the blended for the CTE, I like the idea, but how, if we have more kids applying for CTE, how do you, I would think that those who are in school all day
Yeah.
would have preference?
Yeah,
you
but
know?
none of ours are overfilled right now. Right now, we're okay. But yeah, you're right. The kids that are here all day get first.
They have, okay.
Absolutely.
No, if they were coming in for half a day, do we have to provide busing?
No, that'd be something they have to set up with their parents. Same thing if they come in for tutoring or if they come in to play a sport after school or a club. Their parents provide the transportation and those things too. But it's just nice to be able to give them more options.
I
And
just
then the
have
other,
one thing on that, and maybe it's just me, but like the wording of the 2 different levels of college bound and then workforce bound, I don't know.
We struggled all day, that's why this is.
Okay, okay.
Maria and I just had about 5 emails about half an
Okay,
hour
I
ago.
just,
We're not sure we don't know how to say, we're still wrestling with how to say 2 different
Right.
levels of rigor. You know,
Right,
And
okay.
and have people, and say it where people will understand what we're talking about. And so you don't go over people's heads either, we're using education
yeah,
teams.
okay.
And we're not sure. That's why it's a draft.
Okay.
That's one of the things we're stuck on, is that. we
You
put
have
that-
suggestions, send them our way.
Yeah, no, I didn't have any, just like I did.
And the first version didn't have that, and I said to Lisa Matarazzo, who does a lot of our stuff, I said, I want one of those Batman, like, bam, things to pop out. And she came up with that, and I said, okay, now we just gotta work on the wording, so.
Well, since for our career check, we say career, how about career bound?
Yeah, you could say that, yeah. That's better, right? They may understand that more than workforce. Workforce is kind of an older term, right? Yeah.
We actually found that at the college too, that students responded better to career than
Career?
workforce or
Okay.
work bound, because they just didn't understand it.
Good, that's good. Okay. And then the only other thing, I told you about one of these in the week in review, but I just wanted to publicly announce and congratulate, we have 2 new doctors. Nicole Costantino had finished her doctorate at Wilkes, and then just the other day, Diana Bixby finished her doctorate at Merriweather. So we have 2 new ones on in the ranks, so that's nice.
Yeah.
So, and that's it, sir.
Okay, just going through this folder here, I see congratulations in order. The Pennsylvania Association of School Administrators, Dr. John Bell, Superintendent of the Delaware Valley School District, has been elected to the 2019-20 PASA President-elect. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I think, just looking at this nice little graduation ceremonies, I think we should read the names of the instructors into our record. Michael Rapecki, Officer of Eastern Regional Police Department. Eastern Pike Regional Police Department was the Academy Director. Chief of Police Chad Stewart, DB Chief of Police Mark Moglia, Assistant Chief of Police Eric Stewart for both Eastern Pike Regional Police Department. Eastern Pike Regional Police Department Corporal Chelsea Avedessa and Eastern Pike Regional Police Department Officer Harry Bray, as well as Sergeant First Class Juan Quisby, United States Army. Certainly, I appreciate and we thank them for their time instruction to our students. Okay. May I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any discussion? Excuse me. Thank you, Ashley. Very much. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No objection, the motion carries. Bills for payment. May I have a motion to accept the bills for payment, which include the general fund, cafeteria fund, capital reserve fund, and the 2017 construction fund?
Motion?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? No objection, the motion carries. Personnel items. May I have a motion to approve the personnel items, including resignations, appointments, extension of bereavement, change of status, change of salary, and uncompensated leaves?
Motion. Second.
Any discussion?
Just the one, on the Odyssey, the mime coach who resigned and then was appointed.
Did he move from middle school to high school?
Oh, okay.
Or he looked later?
There's a resignation
Yeah.
for the same individual and appointment. So that was
Yeah.
just,
I think he
just a move from middle school to high school. Okay.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing no objection, the motion carries. May I have a motion to approve the Delaware Valley Adult and Community Education courses and instructors for fall 2019, please see attachment?
Motion?
Any discussion?
Just like to see more courses.
Yeah, can we use the CTE for, I guess
Yeah, potentially, once that's done.
it's not done enough to.
Yeah.
Well,
And there was a call out from the DVA's office today, looking for more instructors, and they have to notify by July 31st, so you'll probably see some more.
I know you're talking about a restructure of the payment or something at one point, maybe last year. How'd that go?
We did, and it helped a little bit. We increased the pay if people were teaching something in their certification area from $20 an hour to $30 an hour. So that got a little attention.
A little bit.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing no objection, motion carries. May I have a motion for the approval? I should apologize before I say this, for the mispronunciation that's about to come. May I have a motion for the approval of Caitlin Jeleniewicz
Exactly right.
to work with Natalie Kroll to complete her.
And then you mix it up.
Nanette. Come on, man, that one threw me. To work with Nanette Kroll. I told you I had to apologize to somebody. To complete her internship with the Marywood University from on or about August 26, 2019 through on or about December 6, 2019.
Motion.
Second.
There's no discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I say no on that. You put no, there could be discussion on that. I know, I don't know. Sorry. Nice job, Jack.
Okay.
Probably a French noise.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing no objection, the motion carries. May I have a motion to approve the school physicians and dentists for 2019-2020 school year? Please see attachment.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing no objection, the motion carries. May I have a motion to approve the change orders for CTE addition and renovations projects? Everon Electric, PCO-056, supply exhaust fan, toggle switch, and auto area, $98.30. Marpol General Contracting, PCO-067, match the flooring transition at kitchen area where the old locker room was removed, $3,279.88. That total of $3,378.18.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing no objection, the motion carries. May I have a motion to approve the change order for the 2019 summer capital improvements renovation projects? Waco Incorporated Site Construction, credit for sanitary lagoon liner replacement, $358,277.83.
Motion?
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Why?
And then I saw F and I was like, that's a big difference in price.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Now, if you recall, when we approved the bids for the site construction of like 3 or 4 months ago,
Right.
It had come to our attention that when we originally, through the architect, put the lagoon replacement on the bid, Waco is traditionally like a paving company and some
Right.
other site work, for example. And the lagoon replacement is technically site, but we realized that they were not in the business of doing that, so they must have got a price from somewhere, from somebody or whatever, and it was just too high. So when we approved the bids there, we approved that with the idea that we're gonna carve out the site. Sometimes when you try and write specs and include everything together, it's too much expertise, and so we had carved that out. And so we rebid it basically with the next line item here and found somebody that deals directly with liner, not necessarily a larger site contractor. So they had put a flyer in there thinking maybe they'd get it on top of all the other paving and things they were gonna do. But then after we saw that that was so much over budget, the architect and Marvin and myself and John basically said, hey, it's not happening. So now you're seeing the remnants
Right.
of the credit to take that off their hands, and the next is gonna put it, we had to go out and bid the liner because that's over we had to publicly bid it because of the price of that too. So that's what's the next bid item.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's good news.
Yeah.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing no objection, the motion carries. May I have a motion to approve the bid for the Shahola Elementary School lagoon liner purchase? Please see attachment.
With pleasure. Motion is.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
And this is liner and installation of the liner? Just
That we
liner
were
and
able to get the services done under the bid limit
Yeah.
for the liner, for the installation.
Right, so they're gonna install it.
Correct, and there's some other services for pumping and this and that, that's a separate service too, but we're gonna be able to, Marvin did a great job, we're gonna be able to do this for, what do you think, under, about 45,000, would you say? About 45 will be the total that we'll be able to accomplish.
That's a savings of like $300,000 from there. What is the bid limit, just so we can have it?
You can have, you have to have 3 quotes if it's over 11,000. And then you have to have a public bid if it's over 20,100, I think it is. It's adjusted by the CPI, it goes up a little bit, but basically 11,000 and over 20, you gotta have a public bid.
I just wanted that to be put into the minutes, so we can have that. I lost my
All
place.
those in favor?
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing no objection, motion carries. I have a motion to approve the bid for the Career and Technical Education Equipment, CNC router, vacuum ready. Please see attachment.
Motion. Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing no objection, the motion carries. May I have a motion to approve the bid for the purchase of a 2019 red light minibus, bid 18 passenger plus 1 wheelchair, less the trade-in on the 2012 Ford red light minibus, 18 passenger plus 1 wheelchair. Please see attachment.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah.
Go
Go ahead.
So we're getting 2 wheelchairs instead of just 1?
No, this one says 2 wheelchairs.
You could put 2
So
wheelchairs
18
on
passenger plus 2 wheelchair.
It'll take 2 wheelchairs?
I've only got 1 wheelchair on mine.
Well, on the bid.
On the bid, it says 2.
Okay. What do we get,
So
Marvin?
is it a bigger vehicle?
One wheelchair.
Oh, just one? Okay.
We're trading in an 18 passenger bus with the capability of 1 wheelchair for another 18 passenger bus with the capability of 1 wheelchair.
Exactly.
And you only get that kind of a trade-in? Or they cost that much to begin with? They have that many miles on them, or?
That's the question.
I didn't hear you.
Trade-in.
The trade-in is, it looks so low compared to the cost of a new one. Does it have a lot of miles on
It has
it?
a lot of miles on it. I think I had like 170. And, we've been passing up the body for a couple of
It's sort of
years.
7 years old.
And there really isn't a resale market for it. So
Okay. Thank you.
actually, the trade-in was about 1,000 higher than the other bidders.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
You got a combination of lower price and higher trade-in.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing no objection, the motion carries. We have a motion to approve a 1-year extension to the trash removal / recycling services bid with County Waste of Pennsylvania from September 1st, 2019 to August 31st, 2020.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Have we looked into other services? Do we look into them each year to see prices? I know County Waste residentially has increased exponentially the last couple of years.
We went from, we've had our own bid locally here. We were with DIU for a while and then it became a location kind of center type thing. And when we ran our own bid 3 years ago, there was only 2 bidders, but actually technically only 1 bidder on the complex. Or I mean, there was 2 bidders for the complex, 1 bidder for the whole district. And Marvin and I had a discussion with John and said, let's talk to them and see, because we didn't have a second bidder before. And they've indicated that if we did have a bid, that they would have to increase the price that we got 3 years ago. And so Marvin got them to agree to extend it for 1 year with no price increase. So we'll see how it goes year to year. My hope is that maybe we can get them next year, just then go year by year, you know what I mean? But instead of going back and maybe only having 1 bidder at a higher price, it seemed to us to make sense to just extend it.
That makes sense.
Is there any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing no objection, the motion carries. May I have a motion to approve the following board policies as listed, 1 through 10?
Motion.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing no objection, the motion carries. Please note in the minutes, the policies listed are under review. Policy 204, attendance, policy number 208, withdrawal from school, and policy number 711, small unmanned aircraft.
If you don't mind, I'll just
Yeah,
give you a little info real quick. 204 and 208 changes are in the new school code bill. The compulsory age for education used to be age 8 to 17. It's now changed to age 6 to age 18. So we had to modify both those policies to represent the 6 to 18. And then the 711 is the new policy about flying drones on campus. So you can take a peek at that. If you have any questions, let me know.
We'll need to have an executive session to discuss a personal item, a real estate item, and the negotiations, contract negotiations with the superintendent that were held earlier this evening. And we will be returning. May I have a motion to move into executive session?
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing no objection, motion carries. We're going to go into executive session and we will return.
It was my
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. No objection, the motion carries. We're back in regular session. Is there any other business from the board? Is there any other business from the public?
Yes.
That's why we came back.
Well, actually, my opening line was gonna be, I came to visit my son Corey since he doesn't come visit me anymore. My grandchildren.
I told you the meeting was in Jehovah.
Shame on you. Shame on you, come see your mom. Don't make that part of the minutes.
Already in, sorry.
It's on YouTube.
That's the best part.
Actually, I came here today in support of Sharon Marks and her family. Sharon, as you know, is the mom of Kyle Pascom, who passed away in a tragic car accident last year. And Sharon has done an amazing, amazing job in turning her grief into something absolutely positive for our community and for his memory. Oh, then I'll turn that.
And to give back to the school and the community, that the community and school did for me. It's another reason that's there.
Yes. So her fundraiser actually will be a perpetual, from what I understand,
Annual, yes.
Scholarship, which is now backed by the Greater Pike Foundation. So any monies raised goes to Greater Pike, which is then invested wisely and turned into bigger, better money, and it moves forward from year to year. So, but Kyle played football for DB.
Also track.
And track. And right now, we're just asking, we've had a little bit of feedback within the school district and football program. So, and not all of it positive. So there was a little bit of concern, and we just wanted to reach out to the school board, its staff, and we don't have a whole lot of audience here tonight. But basically ask that everybody reach out to the football players and their families and really encourage them to get involved with this fundraiser. Okay? Because right now there may be some push and pull right now on that for whatever reasons. But, you know, we just want to make sure that this is going to be a successful fundraiser going forward. Okay, and it's something that will be bigger and better every year in Kyle's memory. He was a great kid.
He was.
And
You made me cry, you know.
And we're hoping that everybody's going to attend. It's going to be next Saturday, July 27th from 10 to 4. Do you want to just tell them a little bit about what you're going to go there? and
Yes, it's gonna be, we're gonna have flag football tournament, 5-on-5 basketball, kickball, cornhole, QB ball. I'm also adding a spike ball just for people to play in between while they're waiting to play other events. We're gonna have different vendors there. Also, we're gonna have food vendors. I have my brother coming up from Staten Island. He's a caterer down there, so he's gonna come up with his barbecue. I have Colin from John's Mouth Avenue food vending, also Key Food Junior. There'll be food vending. We're having a car show and a motorcycle show. And did I forget anything?
The tricky tray.
Yes, I also have a raffle tricky tray and 50/50. And also I have County Waste coming down. He's one of my top sponsors, and he'll be coming down to be recognized as our top sponsor. And also I would like to say thank you to the DB school students, the board, and the faculty and staff for your love and support. And I just want to give back to the community, and I just want it to be a great success. And if everyone could just come and join us. Also, we're selling t-shirts. I should have wore it. I have them in the trunk. I should go run out and put one on. But they are on, you can see them on the Facebook page. We're also selling t-shirts today at the event, and prior $15 a shirt to be invested. And I want to do 2 scholarships this year, but honestly, at the point I'm looking at now, I'm trying to get to 5 for Kyle's graduating year. I want it to be the biggest and best turnout for the year 2020, and I also want to make it the biggest, best turnout for 2021 because he was close to the students right below him. And with the Greater Pike Foundation, the way it works with them is when all the funds go in there, it accumulates interest every year. So even if next year I don't raise as much money as I like, it still has the interest. It's a forever scholarship. The scholarship is in place. Kyle's legacy is there. Once it's my time to go, my son Nicholas will take over. And when it's his time, my first grandson takes over. And then when it's his time, Freedom Park takes over. So the scholarship will be here, as long as the school is standing, the scholarship is there. And it will definitely go out to 2 students, one for athletics and one for academics. And, I didn't do it with Kyle's, academic levels because he was an honor student and he was very high off the chart. So I did lower the grade point average down to 2.8. And I did put it for the sports for track and football, so it goes out to girls and boys, not just the boys. I didn't want to just focus on them. I wanted to bring the girls in also. And the reason I lowered the grade point average down to 2.8 is to give it to more children who need it and who will be eligible for it. That's it, right?
Amazing job for a first year, right?
I only started this in May, and with the help of the school and the help of John Carly from John's and with Junior and my committee, and the public's help and the community, we came a long way. And I just want to thank everybody for that, and I just want to make it a big success. So I just wish that you could, just
Spread the word.
Spread the word.
We want great attendance for this fundraiser, so, okay?
Yep.
Good?
Yeah.
Mrs. Marks, I met you unfortunately at you and your family at your son's wake.
Yes.
I express my personal condolences, but definitely on behalf of the board, I'd like to express our sorrow and condolences to you and your family in the passing of your son Kyle. This is a wonderful thing that you're doing, so his memory at TV lives on. I understand he was very, very popular.
He was everything a person would want to be. I mean, he had the smarts, the looks, the athletic, he had everything. And his life was taken way too soon. I had to come home from the hospital to bury him. And the last time I saw him was when I was getting flown away in the helicopter. And it breaks my heart, but the only way I can make him live on and keep his name alive is with the scholarship. And the only way I can give back to everybody who helped me through this devastating time of my life, and all the fundraising and everything, is to do this for them. So it's the only way I know how to give back to the community and the school and keep his name alive. So thank you for all your support. I really appreciate it.
We had one of our student representatives this past year, Sarah Serrano. I was at her graduation party up at the Dingman's Firehouse, and a lot of your son's friends were there. And there was one young man wrote a song, and
Oh, KP?
yeah, and it took him like 5 or 6 goes because he was so emotional.
Yeah,
But what I saw up there with the young people
it's
is
needed, yeah.
they really loved your son very much, and they had a strong impact on him, and he continues to have that with them. So
He does,
I'm
and
sure his memory will live on with all those young people.
I hope
They
so.
definitely have not forgotten about him.
I also asked Kate to come down and to sing a song. So he told me he's either gonna sing the song that he wrote for my
Yeah.
son when he passed away, or he was gonna write a new one. He wasn't sure yet. But he's going to, hopefully, he'll still be able to, without breaking down, but he's gonna perform with the DJ and, gonna do some kind of song.
Well, it took him quite a while to do it, but it was great to see the encouragement on the young people, his friends, and people that were friends with your son. That they all stuck together and just waited and waited for him and waited. He tried a few times to get started and he couldn't. And it was all right. They sat down, they waited, and there was a lot of love there between them. So your son, from what I've seen there,
He touched a lot of
definitely
hearts.
lives, and the spirit, the kindness. That's what I gathered out of it.
Yeah, he was very kind. He did not judge anybody for anything, and he's my youngest of 5, and he's the one who kept me grounded. So like today, like not just every day, when I don't know what to do, I say to myself, what would Kyle do? And then I try to think of what he would do or how he would do it, and I try to go on his route. Also to try to keep his memory alive. But I think with this fundraiser, it's gonna be a great outcome.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, your picture with me.
Yes, this is Kyle.
Everybody gonna show my baby.
Any other comments from the public? And you anything to say? Nice to see you, brother.
You too.
Mr. Fisher?
Well, I would just like to say, as a director of the Greater Pike Community Foundation, we are honored to be helping the Marks family and in this time to turn this tragedy into triumph is just a remarkable thing. So we're glad to be with that. And I just wanted to let you know that Greater Pike Community Foundation stands behind the school board, stands behind your family, and anything we can do going forward. I know you've worked with Mr. Schneider and with Jenny Hamill, and and Sean, they speak very highly of all the good things you're doing. So, yeah, you're welcome.
Fisher, thank you for your service to our community. All you do for us, thank you. Okay, so, give me a minute here. We'll do the announcements. On August 15th, 2019, there'll be a regular board meeting at 7 p.m. at the Delaware Valley Administrative Offices. May I have a motion to move in? Well, we might come back. We might, you never know. We may come back. May I have a motion to move into executive session where we may come back?
Nobody wants to.
Okay, we're going to move into we're going to move into executive session. May I have a motion to move into executive session for personnel and negotiations? Second. There's no discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're going to executive session. We may be back.